Hey everyone, Lord Josh here. A common question that I get asked, or a series of common questions. Do you belong to a Taoist sect or lineage? Do you need to join a sect in order to practice Taoist magic? And why don't you join a lineage? Now, those of you who know me know that I am an individual. You don't have to spend 5 minutes on this channel to know that. I've always been a very independent person. I'm a self-taught occultist. I'm a self-taught Three Kingdoms historian, I'm a self-taught editor, and a self-taught Taoist. I enjoy learning things on my own and overcoming challenges as an individual. When others are joining brotherhoods and fraternities, I'm remaining a free agent. I believe, this is just me here, that the best magicians and sorcerers are the ones who retain their freedom and don't belong to organizations. I've had countless offers over the years that I've had this channel open. People often invite me to join their groups and communities, but I always refuse. And it seems some people just don't understand that. I will say, if you belong to a sect or lineage and you enjoy it, if you feel it gives you power, then that's fine. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just explaining things from my own perspective and why I personally don't like it. Now, a lot of these sects work like cults where there is a strong authority figure in the form of a guru or teacher. Now, authority figures and magic just don't sit right with me at all. I don't need the validation or acceptance from somebody else to let me know I'm doing things correctly. How do I know if I'm doing something right as a free agent as opposed to someone who joins a sect? I develop close relationships with my spiritual guides, for example, Zhuge Liang and Lamat. If they are satisfied and appeased, then that's good enough for me. I don't need another person to guide me. I just don't have the personality to be told what to do and how to do it, especially if it concerns my spirituality, which is my journey and is something very personal. It is something that is tailor-made to an individual's life story and experiences. Other people, no matter how wise they are, do not know which direction your life should move in. Only you know that deep down. A lot of you may not know this, but there is an awful amount of elitism within Taoism, particularly Taoist Magick. There's a sizable portion of people who believe that just because they've joined a sect, they are more qualified to call themselves a Taoist than someone like me who wanders the path alone. They think that that somehow makes them more legitimate. Without naming any names, there is a person, a Taoist on YouTube, who runs his own lineage, and he says you cannot practice any Taoist magic successfully without joining first, and the spells only work after you have been ordained. Now, I call major bullshit on that. That to me is pure nonsense. I've been an occultist since 2007. I started my journey from the age of 11 years old. I've read every book on weather magic that I can find. No sect out there could have taught me what I've learned through my spiritual guides. It seems in this day and age, Taoist occultists are conditioned to believe that they need to have their hand held as opposed to learning how to navigate the world of magic by trial and error, what we call magical experimentation, figuring out what works and what doesn't by personal experience. If you fail, well, you've learned something, you've made a mistake, that's a lesson right there, and you can learn from it. These days, it's just pay some money, usually several £100s or dollars, join a sect, and let a guru tell you how to be spiritual. Most of the time, you are joining a cult or a scam in some cases. The best Taoists that I can think of are wanderers, they are travelers, hermits. Most of the time they are free to walk whatever path they desire. That's how I see myself. When you join a sect, you are bound by rules, laws, and regulations. Things are set out for you. You essentially plug into a set template. And of course, it's a template designed by another person, dictating how you should live your life. Let me make it perfectly clear so everyone understands. You do not need to join any sect to learn Taoist magic. Anyone who claims that are full of it. You can learn by reaching out to heavenly guides like Master Blackhorn Zuo Se. You can learn by reading books, and yes, there are lots of terrible books out there, but that's part of the journey. You have to discover what is worthwhile and what isn't. One of the problems plaguing the magical community today, not just Taoism, it's everywhere, is instant gratification. People just want all the answers immediately, rather than having the patience to slowly figure things out. Let me tell you, there is no greater satisfaction in magic than figuring something out for yourself. I remember being a younger occultist and slowly learning my way through weather magic. I felt an enormous sense of accomplishment when I got something right, and I could take credit for it because I achieved it on my own, which felt great. One of the problems we have today is people think by joining a brotherhood they will learn more than, say, a solitary practitioner. And maybe in other traditions that might be true, but in Taoism the path of least resistance is king. Go with the flow. Go where the wind takes you. Look at the Tai Chi symbol right here. See the S-like shape in the center? That's the way, the road, the path. It bends and turns as you walk it. Sometimes it's more yin or a little more yang. It does not matter which way you lean. The most important part is you should walk it. Don't rely on a master or guru to walk it for you, and don't be told what to do. Now, don't mistake what I am saying here. There's plenty of great teachers out there who can help you learn. Sadly, most of them are no longer in China, thanks to the current regime. They've left for other countries. But don't forget that life itself is the greatest teacher. And if you're not living, in other words, if you're not experiencing, then how can you expect to learn anything? We need a little more independence and freedom in the occult world today. Don't just sit around and wait for a white-haired master to give you all the answers, because that won't happen, nor would I want it to. Pursue the answers yourself in your own time and of your own accord. So thank you for watching, everyone. Oh, and by the way, before I sign off, I'm working on creating my own Kongming feather fan. It's shaping to be my most unique fan yet. I can't show any pictures at this time, but I will make a video on it once it's finished. I'll see you soon. Take care.